Hi guys, welcome back to FBM Fox. It's been a while since I've done a PowerPoint presentation for the software, but let's jump right into it. We're discussing the topic of bans, Facebook bans, what we know, what we don't know, and what we can do currently, right? So the first question that comes to everybody's mind is it the software? Is the Fox causing you to get banned? Is that the problem here? You know, I might be biased, but the answer is no, and I have some convincing anecdotal evidence to go along with my answer. Let's jump right into it. So if you notice on Facebook Marketplace listings, there is a three-dotted button that FBM Fox sort of clicks on a lot. If you have automatic price and stock updates on in your browser, so it'll open up that new tab and it'll click and it'll sync the items for automatic repricing, right? Now, guess whose account this was tested on, right? Initially, it was on my account, right? So every single thing that FBM Fox has was tested on my account, and my account is currently not banned, and it's never been banned. So let me just go into what happened here with my account. So one day, as I was developing this feature, I set the hours to 0.03. So that means FBM Fox is going to open a tab every 0.03 hours, and click buttons and sync items back into the server, right? Now this is not good practice. Please do not set your hours to 0.03 because it's not good, right? But I did do this because I was testing the software, because I created it and I actually fell asleep. And I woke up the next day and I realized this was still on. And there were about, I checked the logs of the software and it opened about hundreds of tabs over the night, right? Because it was opening tabs about every 3 to 4-ish minutes, or 2.5 minutes, for about 8 hours in the night. And every single time it opened the tab, it went ahead and it clicked on every single 3-dotted listing on my account, right? So clearly that is extremely robotic behavior, and it's literally spamming Facebook servers. And what happened, Facebook penalized me, they did, and the way they penalized me was every time I clicked on this button, this thing wouldn't pop up. Instead, I would just get an error which said some weird error, and I googled that error, and apparently it happens when you spam Facebook in any kind of way. And this part was not popping up, and about 12 hours later it started working again, and my account never got banned, and there were never any sort of issues after that. So long story short, I can't think of a more robotic thing than opening tabs every 3 minutes for 8 hours and clicking on every single listings button on your Facebook account, right? And my account is still in good standing. So here I have some more anecdotal evidence. So here on the right, you can see that here are my canceled orders. Here was a screenshot taken about 2-3 weeks ago, but you can see that my first 3 orders were actually canceled. And this was because I got a little overconfident. I was like, oh yeah, I've done over $300,000 in sales in Facebook and on eBay and Amazon. So Facebook's not hard. Let me just list an item really quickly. And I listed 4 or 5 items. And what happened was my settings were off, right? And I had to cancel my orders. And I actually got the notification which said, due to your cancellation rate, your ability to ship is at risk. And these were my first 3 orders, right? So I thought I would get banned, that it's inevitable, but I never did. Next, you can see right here, I listed a knife and it's sold, and here's the tracking number that I provided for it and everything. And then like an hour later they stopped my listing, and they said, oh, it goes against your rules, or the marketplace rules, which makes no sense because they let me sell it, right? So this sort of just shows you that Facebook is glitching out, right? They don't really know what they're doing right now. I don't think it's a software issue. I think really it could be anyone right now. Anyone could get banned. So here's some people that I know that have gotten banned. Here's the other thing before I get into the 3 people. My account is about 10 years old on Facebook. So I believe maybe having an older Facebook account allows you more leeway, maybe, because, you know, as you can see, I definitely abused my account. I haven't been banned yet, so maybe because it's old, they don't really care. I'm not sure. But let's get into the 3 different people that got banned. So person number 1, he actually lives in Florida. He's a friend of mine, and he sells golf carts, okay? And he sells them in person. So just like how people list cars on Craigslist, you know, he sells golf carts on Facebook Marketplace, and he does a lot of sales. And, you know, he doesn't ship them. He doesn't take payments through Facebook Marketplace. People just visit him, and then they pay him in cash, in person. And his account got banned. And he told me from now on, he only lists 1 golf cart a day. And, you know, he only logs in from 1 device, and he always replies to all customers. So, you know, even he's taking precaution, and he doesn't even have the shipping option, right? Account number 2 was an account that was doing 2 to 3 sales a day using FBM Fox, and the person got banned, and then 2 days later they appealed it, and their account was back, and it's back to doing 2 to 3 sales a day. And account number 3 was a person who had 2 accounts, and one of their accounts, they made $800 in 1 month. They had quite a few cancellations, I believe 5, and there were a lot of robotic clicks on their account. I believe their VA logged in from a different IP. I believe they logged in that account through many virtual different IPs, through virtual machines online, and both of their accounts got banned, and they're still banned. So really, I think the biggest problem lies in the IP addresses and variations of logins. So another thing with my account is I only logged in through 1 or 2 devices, right? So I have my phone that's always in my house, and then I have my computer, which is in my house. So for the most part, I'm always in my house when I'm logged into Facebook, right? I haven't really downloaded virtual machines online or changed IP and all of that stuff. So I think the easiest ban to ask for Facebook is regarding the IP addresses, because that is immediately suspicious. So the next thing is addressing VAs and VirtualBox, right? So how do you combat bans with a virtual machine? So there's quite a few ways. You could reserve a computer online and pay for it on a monthly basis, or you could actually use your own computer and set up VirtualBox, which is a software within your computer, which basically turns your computer into a computer, or it gives you a computer within your computer, right? So there's no additional cost to you. It just makes your computer significantly slower, unfortunately, while it's running. And you know, FBM Fox may add solutions to prevent IP changes if you're having your VA work on your Facebook account, but all these things take time. But for now, I would recommend VirtualBox is the best way to go if your computer is strong enough to handle it. So let me just let me go ahead and open it up. So here is VirtualBox, and I sort of just created a machine on here for demonstration purposes. But what you can do is you could start the machine, and it'll just pop up, and you know, it says press any key to boot up. So what it does is it creates a computer within my computer, and then I give my VAs access through TeamViewer within this computer, right? So you can go ahead and install Windows and it'll do it for you, and once that's done, it just works like a normal computer. But you know, of course my computer is powerful, but if yours is sort of slow, or you're working on a you know, a notebook, a laptop, or like a MacBook Air, it's definitely going to slow your computer down. So that's something you would have to consider before checking that out. Additionally, you can install Linux on there or Windows 10, and either or are compatible with TeamViewer. If you guys would like a video on that, how to do this stuff, just let me know. I could get that done. Also, there's many tutorials online of how to use VirtualBox and install it on your computer, so you can check those out on YouTube. And lastly, you know, what do we know about Facebook Marketplace? We know that the margins are crazy and the sales are insane, right? I've never in my 3.5-4 years of dropshipping seen a scenario where you could list 3 or 4 items and get a sale within an hour. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. So you really have to ask yourself, like, why you're doing it, right? If you get banned, like, why are you doing this? Maybe in the start, don't scale too fast, right? Or don't aim too high. Maybe take it slowly and understand all possible parts of the business before, you know, smashing the accelerator, I guess, on your business, right? Don't list too many items in the start. Just list like 8 or 10 items, right? And slowly scale everything up. So, you know, some benefits of doing this is it's great for building credit. You're constantly rotating cash, which is amazing. You could build a ton of credit in a really short period of time because you're constantly paying and using your credit cards. Next, dropshipping in general, or really any business, is unsustainable, right? So there's always ups and downs in business, and you never know what month could be, you know, amazing or what month could be bad, right? So a lot of loans for some reason are harder to get on businesses because they know businesses are unsustainable. So I guess it's just the nature of being in business, right, to go through issues like this. Next, there's a very high barrier to entry actually with Facebook Marketplace. So, you know, the shipping option is not really given out to everyone. You can't just create a Facebook account and get the shipping option on it. So that's a big deal right there. Additionally, for the most part, the Facebook Marketplace is only available to US and UK, right? So, you know, you're not really competing with many people there. On top of that, you know, just thinking in my state, right, Florida, like, I don't think there are probably 1,000 people that know how to do retail arbitrage on Facebook Marketplace, and there's probably a ton of people shopping there. So I guess that's why it makes sense, because it's totally not saturated. And on top of that, the constant bans from Facebook means that there's more sales to go around. So, you know, if 2 people are selling a TV on Facebook Marketplace and one of them gets banned, right, all of those sales go to you. And that's one of the reasons why sales come so fast, because people are getting banned and Facebook's reducing competition all the time. So, you know, at this point, what do we do? At this point, we just have to see where Facebook wants to go, right? And it seems like they're going in the right direction, because they recently introduced a shipping option, and I feel like they're becoming more and more open-minded, and we just have to wait and see where this marketplace thing goes. But for the moment, these are the things we know, and we know it's gonna make money, so might as well keep doing it, right? All right, thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye.